Hey guys, guess what? It's a Pokemon battle from Wi-Fi. What? This is impossible. Why would I be recording a Wi-Fi battle? Well, the truth is, I think it's been long enough I should put one up, and the battle wasn't horrible anyway, so I might as well do it. Okay, let's just get right to it, okay? Well, the opponent looks like he has Rain with Lantern and Mamoswine, which is cool, I guess, and a Honchkrow is just random, but it works in some situations. I don't know. I just play it. Here I'm using my Invincible Sun team. Cough, cough. It's invincible in my eyes anyways, but so far it really does have an amazing record. It's just so awesome. It destroys things. Victini is a star, or a V technically, but yeah, battle time. So, I am challenged by somebody named Steven. I don't even know who this is. I am sorry about that. And he sends in Boss. Boss is, of course, the Honchkrow, which I think I did not predict at all, apparently. Nope, did not predict. I go straight for the U-turn to, you know, get out of there and see if he has Sucker Punch or something. And, okay, I was kind of being risky there, thinking the Brave Bird and everything, but yes, I did it. I go into my Kabutops knowing since he didn't go for the Sucker Punch, he's going to go for the Brave Bird, and obviously I can take it. But he didn't go for either. He went for Substitute, which is like, whatever. I can take whatever move this thing has anyways. So I'm going to take this time to set up all over its face, which would be, of course, my Stealth Rocks. This is not an offensive Pokemon. So he hits me with Brave Bird. I questioned that. I'm like, why did you go for Brave Bird and not a Dark move? And then he's like, no, I just set up on you. But I went for Waterfall to break the sub because, yeah, I don't want that to happen. I do not like subs, and yes, so, yeah, I broke the sub. I could easily kill him with a Stone Edge too, but Waterfall was more accurate. But I actually go for my Stealth Rocks here, thinking he's going to go for another sub or switch out or something, because he knows he doesn't want to take a hit. So I do set up my Rocks here, because Rocks are just such a giant part of the OU metagame. Here he goes for Sucker Punch. Oh, wow, I was wrong. I don't set up Rocks. What the hell am I on? Whatever. Obviously that did nothing. Oh, that's right. I misclicked. I hit for Rapid Spin instead by mistake. I meant to go for Rocks, but no, I hit Rapid Spin. I don't know why I misclicked. That's just silly. So, this turn I think I set up Rocks, if I remember right, as he switches out, realizing, oh, wait, what? And he goes into Free Hugs, which is Feral Thorn. I kind of predicted that, but I wanted to get my Rocks up so bad, I just didn't care. So I stayed in and set up my Rocks, and now I'm going to switch directly into my Ninetales to get my Sun up, which I believe was the best play at the moment, because it threatened his team. Watch me not go into Ninetales. Okay, I went into Ninetales. Good. So I set up my Drought. Yes, all my Ninetales are shiny, just because shiny Ninetales is so much sexier. He goes for Leech Seed, so I was pretty relieved to see Leech Seed, believe it or not, because Leech Seed is way better than Hazards versus a Sun Team. When I'm using a Sun Team, I do not want Hazards on my board. So, yeah, when I saw Leech Seed, I was all so happy. Of course, I went for Will-O-Wisp here, predicting his Politoed to come in, but that didn't happen either. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, I'll predict Politoed to come in again. Nope, Beast Stated and use Spikes. Yes, that happened. So obviously my Spikes did nothing, or, I mean, my Sunny Day didn't do a thing, and I just let him get up free Spikes. Here I go for Flamethrower, because I'm like, he's just gonna stay in, whatever, I kill him. But he doesn't stay in, he goes straight into Politoed. So at this point, I'm just fucking mad. I'm just like, rawr, why are you predicting me? But he didn't go into Politoed, he actually went into Lantern. Okay then. Lantern then. And I hit him with a Flamethrower, but it still doesn't matter because it's a Lantern and it will do nothing. Getting predicted left and right. Or he's just that dumb, one of the two. Regardless, I switch out a Rocket and go into my Potent, which is my Victini. Because, oh, wow, it's my Celebi. Wow, am I stupid. Okay, it's my Celebi. He gets hurt by Rocks, and I can take both stabs, so I didn't really care much. He Volt Switches. He doesn't, I mean, in my personal opinion, going into Politoed here would be a bad idea. Going directly back into Feral Thor is a good idea. Instead, he goes into Honchkrow, which is the alternative method for both of them. So, yeah, that's that. He takes a bunch of rock damage, and I'm like, whatever. I'm predicting him to Sucker Punch, so I think I just manually switch here, don't I? I might. No, he Sucker Punches, and he actually hits me, so I did go for an attack. Okay, that did so much freaking damage. There you go. Luckily, he has leftovers and not life orb, otherwise that would have killed me. But I go for HP Ice, and I finish off the Honchkrow. That is that. GG Honchkrow. And it knocks it down to 6-5. Which is pretty good so far, because, you know, I'm in the winning, but my Celebi is not looking too pretty right now. Goes into Manny, which is Mamoswine. Oh boy. I mean, I could technically stay in and go for the Leaf Storm, but I'm predicting him to go for Ice Shard, and I stay in and die. Okay, I guess I did die. I really thought I was going to switch there. I mean, I can predict these things now, but apparently I didn't predict it then. Go figure. Anyway, so my Celebi dies, and now it's 5-5, and I go into Pimp, which is definitely my Victini. I know Victini can take anything and outspeed anything, and since we're in the sun, it's just going to obliterate everything! And yeah, Victini annihilates the freaking Mamoswine, knocking it down to 5-4. Because nothing in in any situation survives a V-Create in the sun. It just doesn't happen. No, bad. So he dies, and shame for him, right? Goes back, now finally goes into Politoed, sets up the rain, which I was expecting so much earlier in the game, but yeah, he didn't, so there you go. Sets up the rain, and now I have no choice but to switch, because I need this Victini since it's my sweeper, in a sense, I guess. I mean, it's more of a revenge killer, but it's definitely a sweeper in its own way. And I'm going to Rocket to set the sun back up, because now that I have the sun up, I don't think I can die in one hit to a water move, so I don't care. He goes for Toxic, which is really, really bad. Gets poison on my Ninetales. Don't really care much about that either, though. I mean, in the long sense, since Ninetales isn't going to be staying in here anyways. And leftovers. Alright, what do we got? Oh, these after turn effects take so long. Okay, there we go. So I finally switch out, and I go into, I want to say my... Oh yeah, my Kabutops, okay. I go into Kabutops to get rid of those stupid hazards, because, you know, I don't like spikes. And he just goes for Scald, which is whatever. Because I could take a Scald in the rain, in the sun, because, yeah, I'm pretty decently bulky in HP, too. He does burn me, which at this point doesn't really matter. I mean, the burn kind of hurts me in the fact that I could have killed Ferrothorn with a Stone Edge, probably. But at this point, I'm just going for the this Rapid Spin anyways, so I'm just going to let this thing die. But he withdraws his Politoed. I don't know why. I mean, I guess because I'm set up Botter and he wants to set up some spikes, but he goes into that, and oh, I couldn't kill his Stone Edge. I thought I had less HP than that. What am I thinking? But yeah, I get the Rapid Spin off, and the Iron Barbs, and then yeah, the spikes disappeared, and that he gets the damage and the burn, and I get leftovers, which I didn't want actually. I just wanted this thing to die at the end of the turn. But of course, Kabutops is alive and well, so oh, that's just a shame. Doesn't really matter much though in the end run because he can't set up that many more layers of spikes, and I can threaten them out anyways. So I just go for Stone Edge here, hoping he kills me, because I know I'm going to be faster. It's a Ferrothorn for crying out loud, so yeah, that happened. And he goes for Spikes, so there's that one layer of Spikes, and I'm not screwed, right? Yeah, so instead of the one layer of Spikes that I originally had up, he's going to end up getting 2 layers of Spikes up, because after I Rapid Spin here, the Iron Barbs will kill me, so I don't get to get the rocks off the field. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. There we go. That's the thing about battles. I only remember part of them, and the other part is just like, wait, what did I do? So yeah, that's the problem when I narrate these battles. Alright, so he sets up his second layer of spikes now, making the score, I believe it's 4-4. Or is it? Yeah, it's 4-4. So I'm going to go back into Ninetales, or Victini, one of the two. Gusty, that's neither one of those. Oh, Gutsy, it's my Machamp. Gotcha. Machamp is my alternative Ferrothorn switch-in. I go into it on Ferrothorn and I set up a sub, and after there it's just like a free-for-all. But this guy is a wise guy. He's like, I'm going to set up more spikes. So, yeah, now I have 3 layers of spikes on my side of the field. That is not somewhere I want to be. Not at all. However, he's not in a very good situation either. He's got a Machamp chilling on the board with a substitute. Nobody wants to be in that situation. So he's like, I'm getting out of here, and switches into his Politoed. Probably not the best switch-in the world, but that's on him. So he takes his rock damage and sets up his rain, but at this point I don't really care because I'm just going to slap him in the face with a dynamic punch. So, dynamic punch! And yeah, that hurts a crap ton of damage on the Politoed. And he gets the confusion, which is great. He heals up a little bit, and I know another D-punch won't kill him, so I go for Stone Edge here, I think. Just to get a little more alternative damage on him without wasting my dynamic punches. He does hurt himself with confusion, which is a blessing in disguise, and yeah, I go for another dynamic punch, okay. Guess I didn't want to take any risks. So with that smash and the dynamic punch, Politoed still lives by a little smidgen, yes. And he gets the leftovers, and I should be able to kill him this turn regardless, but the unfortunate thing is, I don't want to lose my substitute, because if I do, I am no longer safe. He does break out a sub, and he goes for Scald in the Rain, and it's just a critical hit on top of it, so yeah, my substitute broke. So unfortunately, I no longer have a substitute. We're in the rain. His Politoed just died, so that makes the score 4-3. But I'm in a really bad situation. I am undercovered under 3 layers of spikes. I'm in trouble. So he goes into Latias, which is incredibly scary when I'm using a Machamp. I don't know what to do here. But I stay in like a boss. I'm like, I'm going to stay in. Maybe he'll overpredict, but no. Goes for the Side Shock and wipes me out. No. I have no choice here but to go into Ninetales and set up my Sunlight. So I go into Ninetales and set up my Sunlight. After getting nailed by those spikes. So now the score is 3-3, yeah, I think I said that. Latias goes for Side Shock again. Does a lot of damage to my Ninetales, but I am a bulky beast, so I will survive and go for the Pain Split. This, of course, is a great move because it does a huge chunk of damage to the Latias, in which I wouldn't have been able to do before, knocking me into a really good range for Victini to clean this mess up. Oh, of course, the poison hurts a little bit, and there's that. So the Sun Shock will finish me off this turn. Which is horribly, you know, in this situation it's a good thing. Because I already did its job. It set up the sun. It almost killed the lot, or it didn't kill the lot, yes, but you know, put it in a good range for killing. So I can easily come in with Victini and revenge kill it with the V-Create. Or whatever he decides to switch in this case being Ferrothorn. So Ferrothorn's going to get nuked by a V-Create. Except I went for U-turn because I was smart. Derp-a-derp. So I went for U-turn and I got a crit, which completely mattered there, I am not going to lie. Because it actually allowed me to kill the Ferrothorn instead of, you know, just letting it live there for a while. I don't know if the living there really mattered much because I could kill it with the next hit, but I mean, it just kinda mattered. So I go into Landorus here, who is actually Choice Scarf, so it outspeeds his entire team, whether he knows it or not. And, it's a good thing, because, whatever he sends in is going to die to an Earthquake, and or I'm going to U-turn on Latias, of course. So here's that situation. He goes into Latias thinking he can outspeed me because it's a Latias, right? I'm a Landorus. Landorus is normally defensive. Well, mine isn't, so he can die. The U-turn will, of course, kill off the Latias from that range. There's no hands about it. I mean, it kills him from 3/4 of its health. Why wouldn't it kill him from there? So Latias faints, and I go back into Victini here, of course, which is freaking amazing because V-Create kill button. The score is now 2-1, I believe. So, yeah. He goes into green, which I believe was his Lantern, yes. And he attacks with the V-Create, because I don't give a... No, I didn't. I went for Zen Headbutt. Okay. V-Create... keep in mind, V-Create would have killed it. I don't know what I was thinking by going for that. He went for Ice Beam, however, because he's silly like that, and, I guess he's just trying to predict my Landorus to come in for the easy win, but I'm not that dumb, so yeah. Of course, I finish him off the second Zen Headbutt, and that will be the game. There is no hope against Victini. Oh, whoa, I lied. He lives with this Smidgen. Oh, my bad. And the Scald, of course, kills me. But of course, in the matchup between Scarf Landorus and Lantern with leftovers, Scarf Landorus always wins. So, yeah. That will be the game. My bad. Alright. So we got Landorus back in here. He intimidates him for the last time, and I will go for the Earthquake, Oh, now in for the superpower. I don't know why I did that, but it works either way. Superpower, finish, and that is the game. Yeah, this has been the first Wi-Fi battle in quite a while, so I hope you enjoyed the battle, and that is that. This has been Gleam, aka DigiPal3. I'm Sly, I'm Slick, I'm Colorful. Gleam the Tri-Tailed Fox on a roll.